Hello, everyone. Welcome to Auntie Derek's Daytime Tea, where we discuss the latest celebrity tea in the news. And we do it live every weekday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at auntiederek.com. I'm your host, Auntie Derek, and today is Friday, July 17th. So with me on the mic, I have some fabulous co-hosts. So we are going to start with, and give me, I'm trying something new today. We're going to start giving my co-host some name tags. We're going to start with my icy chili. Hello, boo.
Hello there.
Yes. Look, I said it was gonna look real basic, honey, real bootleg. It's all you're getting.
I did not know what I was going to see.
No,
I
girl, wait till we
love
get to
it. I
yours.
love it.
Oh, shit.
Next, we have my gorgeous moon. Hey, boo.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. Now, I do have one for Libra Queen, but she's not here at the moment. So when she gets here, we'll share hers. And we have a conversation. I am screaming arts and craft ass title cards. Look, bitch, we are one man show and we ain't got no that big of a budget, bitch. So we gotta do what we can.
Oh my God.
I am dying.
And shout out to the listeners holding it down in the chat as well. See, y'all get one too.
Oh,
Oh.
oh
Yes.
God, I have to wipe the tears. That was funny. Oh
But y'all, and I think we got some good old tea to sip. So let's go ahead and jump right in.
We got one for the tea time.
Oh, no, I need to make one for tea time, though. I should, though, right?
Uh-huh.
yeah, well, yeah, go with it. We all in.
Look, I couldn't afford that in the budget.
You know what?
But now, the first thing we want to talk, we got Tootsie Roll news. Yeah.
Damn.
Well, this is actually about his two daughters. Remember, we just talked about the twins when they released their new line. What was it called? 1221. And Entertainment Tonight actually sat down with them. So I have a clip here from Entertainment Tonight that they clipped on Twitter. Let's go ahead and see what they have to say about their fashion line and their dad.
We have watched you girls grow up in front of our eyes. I don't know that I have ever seen you apart.
Oh yeah, no. We're always together. We do everything together. The haters out there in the world are like, you guys are too grown to do. No, we're not.
We never gonna be separate.
So much time together, it's crazy.
You guys do have a really great sense of style, but who is your style inspiration?
Obviously, our parents. Like,
Yes.
to start off, our
Our
mom
mom-
was the blueprint. Everyone walking on this earth today, she was the blueprint. I know she would be so proud of us because she obviously would hear us telling her, like, we want to have a clothing line at 3 years old. She knew that we always wanted that.
Sure.
So I
Yeah.
know that she would be proud that today that we're actually putting our dreams to life.
Morley, who you call your auntie, has she been like a mother figure to you guys and especially guiding you in the fashion world?
Yeah.
She's given us so much great advice. We'll call her and be like, oh my gosh, we need help on this. What do we do with this? Do we pay this? Do we not? And she'll be like, girl, do not pay that. Down to the fabrics too. She was like, make sure you love your fabrics. Make sure you love what you're doing because, this is going to be your baby, your brand, because
Right.
Baby Fat was her baby.
What do you want people to know about you that maybe you think they misunderstand? Because we hear the term Nepo babies all the way around.
Yeah, just because we come from like a famous family doesn't mean that like, oh, we're just out here like not doing anything, sitting in our beds expecting like success to come. Like, no, like we are putting in the work and like doing what we really want to do to like
Yes.
make our dreams come to life.
Yeah. So that's that
Oh,
on
that's
that.
cute. I
They
like
are.
them better than they big brother Christian because I can't. That one there. Oof, child, he get on my nerve. He's the nepo baby for sure.
Yeah.
But they're cute. They're cute and they look like their mama. And that's
And I
what's
love how
up.
they shouted out their mom, like, "Oh, I know if she was here, she would be so proud of us. She was like the style icon. And she was Kim Porter was that girl when she was here, honey. She truly
Mm-hmm.
was. So I'm happy for them. Truly am. I hate they gotta be put in positions to have to answer questions about their daddy and shit. But I wish them now. I did see some conversation saying like, saying that these girls are old enough to know what sexual abuse is, what abuse is, and stuff like that. So some women are electing to not support their brand, and I
What's their
understand.
children? What the fuck are they gonna do? What the
Exactly.
fuck are they gonna do? They were children of someone that's an idiot. A child. What? Oh my god. What was it gonna do? Daddy, stop being abusive. I mean, why are
Well,
you putting
why would
that burden
they?
on children?
Yeah, why would you punish them? It's their brand. It's not his brand.
Yep.
I don't associate what they're doing with what he did. I think that's kind of silly.
I don't either, honey. That's why I'm like, listen. And that girl, she was actually very. I saw a tweet about it, and she was very like unmoved about it, like because they was going at her like, what? Why? These are children. Like, why would you? And she was like, I don't care. They were old enough to see what
Okay.
he was. I was like, oh,
And to
okay.
do what? How do you not old enough to see what he was doing? You, huh?
Yeah.
So you just automatically assume that they were there to see abuse? They were literal children. They were not at the things. They weren't. Uh, Child, I can't. You mean you can't stop ignorance? I mean, I get it. Sometimes people
Okay.
just ain't got no. They ain't smart.
I'm just of the mindset. I'm like, with the last thing we really saw about these girls is that they graduated high school and now they want to do a fashion line together. Like, I think this is adorable, but I guess other people don't feel the same way.
I just don't understand how you figure that they are going to be responsible for their father. I'm just really confused about that. And why you thought that they was anywhere near as children. Because they're just now 18. So they were anywhere near his sexual escapades. Like, I'm just, child, you know what? Stupidity don't have a, it just goes, it's everywhere. It's just, it's what it is.
It's everywhere and it's rampant, honey. Like it's oof, oof. Look, we were just talking what we were just talking about before record, girl. Just stupidity, girl. Anti-intellectualism just running rampant. Well, that is that on that. I listen. I wish these girls success in their brand. I think they deserve a chance just like everybody else. So that's that on that. Y'all. So yesterday we learned about there was a weird white motherfucker who was unarmed, and honey, they finally showed pictures of his stank looking ass. But he done stormed the Today Show, done went inside some unauthorized areas, was looking for Al Roker. Couldn't find Al, so turned his attention to Craig Melvin and called him a nigger. Well, you see where it says here by way of TMZ, Craig Melvin addresses Today Show intruder on air, day after shocking incident. So let me share my screen and we can just look at Craig's we're like it's real cute and professional. You know, he ain't finna fuck up his good NBC job, honey. Y'all got him fucked up. So let me
I want to take just a quick moment to address an incident that happened yesterday. You may have heard that unfortunately an intruder made his way into an unauthorized area here in Studio 1A. Thankfully, he was apprehended quickly. He was placed under arrest. We are cooperating fully with the NYPD as they investigate the matter, and we are just very happy that everyone is safe.
Absolutely. Yes, of course. We want to make sure that you're safe.
Safe and sound.
Safe and sound at all times.
look cute, professional, and they call him off camera too. They got him off camera. Honey, I would say, honey, that was a very bright shirt he was wearing. But you also see where it says here by way of TMZ. Today, anchor Craig Melvin says he's good after wacky studio encounter. So TMZ was able to catch him outside too and just kind of ask a little bit more about how he's feeling. He pretty much says the same thing here that he said on air. So let me share my screen. We'll just watch this quick video together. Yeah.
How are you feeling today? I mean, you look great. Do you feel safe? Do you feel like
Totally safe.
yeah?
Totally safe.
I mean, what was going through your brain yesterday when this random person just approaches you? What was going through your mind at that time?
There's a lot of wacky out there, so but I totally safe. We got the best team in the business.
I love that. Thank you. Ciao.
Mm-mm.
The first time she didn't ask no extra stupid questions, she let that man go. Oh my God.
Probably because he looked like he had his pocketbook and looked like he was ready to go, honey. Like, look.
It don't matter. Everybody else be looking like they're ready to go, and she still be asking them. She,
Look, we have a comment chat saying, "White wife, girl, I don't care anymore." Yes, Craig Melvin has
oh
a
yeah.
white. Right, but you know what's that saying that we maybe I should kind of hush, but you know there's a saying amongst us like if he has a white wife, he's usually single. So,
Shut up. uh,
but yeah,
he's a good guy, though. He's a good guy. He's just, whatever. 'Cause, you know, he was a good guy though. He's a good guy. He's just, you know, whatever. He's a good guy though. He's a good guy. He's just, you know, whatever. He's a good guy though. He's a good guy. He's just, you know, whatever.
Yep. Now let's talk about that raggedy stank looking funky motherfucker who done took his ass up in there. His name is Andrew Truelove, and he's only 41. He looks like he's all going on 60, but But you should all see where it says here by way of TMZ, today's show alleged intruder Andrew Truelove charged with hate crimes. So the man who allegedly stormed NBC Today's show offices, lunged at Craig Melvin, and called him the N word is now facing a slew of hate crime charges, TMZ has learned. Law enforcement officials tell TMZ Andrew Truelove was arrested Thursday at 10:39 a.m. and booked on hate crime, burglary, hate crime menacing, hate crime criminal trespass, and harassment charges. NBC News was the first to identify Truelove as the suspect. TMZ broke the story. Truelove slipped past security and stormed NBC's Rockefeller Center headquarters Thursday morning, trying to find Al Roker before going after Craig. NBC says the man entered an unauthorized area in a vestibule near Studio 1A and approached Craig, who alerted security. The network says Truelove was detained and taken into custody without further incident, stressing no one was injured. The network says today is cooperating with law enforcement and reviewing the incident and its security protocols, adding NBC takes the safety of its employees, talent, staff, and guests extremely seriously. Craig issued a statement on his social media saying, "I'm doing just fine. Thanks for reaching out. I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow." He said this yesterday. "I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow on the Today Show." TMZ later reported Truelove has a criminal history in New York, including multiple prior cases, including a felony conviction involving allegations of trespassing, menacing, and other offenses. He'll now have to answer to a much more serious slate of charges stemming from the Today Show scare. We're told the 41-year-old lives in Manhattan. And let me see. And then there's I read from another article. It says Truelove's attorney Lawrence Gerzog tells TMZ the judge issued a protective order requiring Truelove to stay away from Al and Craig. Law enforcement sources tell TMZ Truelove can't go near the two men at NBC or their homes, which for the moment is moot because he's still behind bars on a $20,000 bail. He's currently being held at Rikers Island as he faces a bunch of hate crime charges.
Oh,
Does they have? And let me see if I can find. And
good.
you
They
can
got him
tell
at Rikers. Good.
he was that motherfucker. You can tell he was trying to, because I saw a video of him. He was asking like, "Where is this going to be?" Because that somebody was asking him questions about why he did what he did, and he was like, "Where is this going to be? Is this TMZ? No, we're from the New York Post. Oh, I'm going to be on the Post." Like he was like you could tell he was looking for a moment or something. Like then I read something like he always wanted to call a famous black person a nigga. So I'm like, why are y'all platforming this funky fat motherfucker? Like, are you kidding me? But let me see if I can find that video. I saw it on Facebook this morning. I was like, ugh, girl. Where is it? Where is it? And what I found interesting was that there were two men that were detained. I don't know who the other person was, but let's see. Mm-mm. Yeah, I can't find the video, so I apologize. But yeah, you could tell he was just looking for a moment. That's why I really didn't want to say his name on my platform. But y'all remember when I said yesterday that I think it was an inside job, and the reason why I said it is because I have actually been to a large number of daytime TV shows living in New York, and I was able to go to be in the studio audience, be at the Today Show. I saw Bruno Mars performing at the Today Show. You literally, unless you are let back there, you cannot get back there. Like they have tight security. You think this is they host public shows for the public every day with that talent at NBC. You think they don't have that security under control? So I said, Chili, it's similar to like the ICU, right? Isn't in the ICU? Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but when it comes to the ICU, unless you were let back there, you cannot get back there. Is that accurate? I think.
For some places, yes.
Okay.
But I mean, if you know your way around the main door where the visitors would come in, you have to be let in. But there's other entrances, but probably need badge access to kind of get to most of them. It's just kind of hard to just walk in there. They
There
do
you go.
you
So
in.
just like that, and that's how these daytime shows are. I'm telling you because I've seen it for my own eyes. You can't just be a regular person off the street and just walk up in there. So sure enough, I bring all of that up. I love when I see stuff that proves me right. And it says here by way of TMZ, NBC fires security guard after Today Show intruder reaches Craig Melvin. They say, we have a question. How his fat ass slipped past security? Was it one 97-year-old guard asleep at his post? Not exactly. Well, NBC has fired a security guard after the shocking security breach at the Today Show that ended with an intruder confronting Craig Melvin, TMZ has learned. Sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ the guard was terminated Thursday after allegedly allowing the suspect to slip into Studio 1A, causing the frightening incident. Security footage reportedly shows two guards posted at the entrance when the breach occurred, according to page 6. The outlet reports one guard briefly stepped away while the other failed to notice the man entering the restricted area. We've reached out to a rep for the Today Show who declined to comment on the firing. And as TMZ first reported, Andrew Truelove entered the 30 Rockefeller Plaza through the Today Plaza after asking staffers where he could find Al Roker. And law enforcement sources told us he never found Roker and instead allegedly lunged at Craig while yelling the N-word at him. And this just pretty much repeats what we just read, so I don't have to read the entire thing. So, so you see how so it wasn't a 97-year-old, it was somebody who intentionally, baby, I think they were in cahoots, if you ask me, because I think this was like a whole group chat effort to listen. I don't put
What?
nothing
What they
past
mad
Donald
at?
White
They
man
mad at Al? Why are you looking for Al? What he do?
because Al is pro black, blackity black, and he don't play with these people.
He wanted to call him a nigger and be famous about it, so he picked the next one.
I'm actually glad I can't find his photo because I don't even want to show that fat funky
No,
motherfucker
we
on my
don't. We
platform.
don't. No, don't give him. Don't give him no more airtime.
And in fact, when I do the because I like to hashtag the celebrities I be talking about, I'm not even gonna hashtag his name. Fuck off. But yeah,
Absolutely.
I knew it. I knew that was like I said, y'all. It's too much. I've seen the security myself. I've experienced it. You literally cannot just walk back there, especially not near their dress rooms and shit.
Well, of course. I mean, you shouldn't even think that you should be able to. That shouldn't even. Yeah, no. That's the talent. No, people be having stalkers and shit and stuff like that. So no, you should not be able to at all.
Hmm.
Well, and the security guard left his post. I mean, they should be fired because they weren't
Hmm.
supposed to do that. You're supposed to be posted up on that damn door. Period.
Hmm.
But
I don't know
nothing.
Period.
why you thought you was gonna get away with not being there.
Well,
You decided to give your job up.
well, they comfortable because nothing like that really ever happened. So they got too comfortable and thinking, oh, I'm gonna go over here. The other person barely paying attention, and look what happened.
Hmm. Well, y'all. So, I actually didn't. I said I was gonna watch the president run his mouth last night. I actually did not
Ooh.
watch it. I actually forgot all about it, to be honest, and I'm glad I did.
Why would you torture yourself like that? Ooh.
Because you just gotta like know to see what the other side is talking about. Like even if I could stomach 15 minutes of it, because I want to be prepared. Because a lot of them anyway.
I
But
knew that motherfucker was gonna lie through
yep,
his teeth. But I can't stomach hearing his voice at this point in the lives. Absolutely not.
that makes two of us, honey. However, we were talking before we started recording, and Chili mentioned that ABC was kind of like fact checking a lot of what he was saying in real time and stuff like that. Like they were saying, and it's kind of like almost she never really seen them fact check that much, like so much for them. And I actually think there's a reason for that. And because it started with Kimmel, how they tried to bully Kimmel and get his show off the air. Now they're coming for the View, honey, the FCC. And you all should see where it says here, by way of TMZ, FCC planning to crack down on The View. This has actually been the writings was on the wall for a while now because if you look at The View online, like if you travel around, if you look at abc.com or whatever, they actually had a notice before you watch TV. It's like, hey, the FCC is actually trying to censor us. So, sign a petition, da 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 da. I signed a petition or whatever. So this was what, like 2 weeks ago I did that. But this starts the FCC is taking aim at Disney again, this time reportedly going after one of the channel's most famous talk shows, The View. According to Bloomberg, the Federal Communications Commission is planning to rule that the show doesn't count as a bona fide news program, meaning it has to give equal time to candidates on both sides of the aisle. This would be a sharp departure for The View, which has benefited from an exception to the rule, hosting more liberal than conservative political figures. They do interview Republicans occasionally, recently sitting down with Vice President J.D. Vance. Not only that, but Disney, ABC's parent company, is the subject of a separate investigation into its television broadcast licenses, and Bloomberg indicates the FCC will be escalating that investigation in the coming days. The report states Disney won't take any such ruling lying down, planning to challenge any forced changes to ABC's editorial autonomy. Of course, this is just the latest salvo in the tension between the current administration and ABC. Remember, FCC Commissioner Brendan Carr demanded Jimmy Kimmel be taken off the air after he made a comment regarding Charlie Kirk's alleged killer, Tyler Robinson. Kimmel was suspended, then brought back, doing little to placate an already angry federal agency. The White House versus the House of Mouse. Stay tuned to see how this one works out. Baby, when I tell you, like, if you all are not alarmed, you should be. Like, this is everything against what Americans or what America says that it is, right? What First Amendment grants us to what? Freedom of protest, freedom of press, freedom of speech. And this goes against all of that. Are you kidding me? Like,
Well, I mean, we have the racist white people who are in the White House right now, and they are trying to only make it available so that their views and the people that agree with them are able to say anything. That's it. That's all. That's what we're dealing with. White supremacy is trying to take over. Thank goodness. I said this before we were on here. They got Michael Eisner's ass out of there. I used to really admire his business acumen and how he ran Disney prior to that. But when he capitulated and threw George under the bus, they threw George Stephanopoulos under the bus. They capitulated and paid Trump. That was the dumbest thing you could do. And he did it when they could have easily won. And it wouldn't even have been that much of a dent in Disney's pocket. But here we are. And so now they have a new CEO, and he is with the shits. He said, "No, we fighting. We ain't taking this laying down." And because if you're Disney is a powerhouse. What you mean? You could go toe to toe with anybody. You went toe to toe with the fool in Florida. Like, stop playing. So I'm glad they have a new CEO who's with the shits and ready to fight and defend their talent and push back on Trump's ignorant, dumb narcissism. And that's all I'm gonna say on that.
amen. Well, honey, well, that's that on that, honey. I will certainly follow. Look, I literally watch The View every morning that it's on. Me and Chilla be talking to her like, girl, you see this on The View today? Look, we saw Hannah Look, get y'all shot glasses ready. We saw Hannah Waddingham on The View this morning serving puss, honey. I said, you better work, girl. That's a gorgeous white lady. I like her. Well, that is that on that, honey. And Zaire Wade. Child. You should see where it says here by way of TMZ, Zaire Wade arraignment. Prosecutors say cops found unregistered gun after domestic violence arrest. Well, girl, cops found an unregistered gun in Zaire Wade's Burbank home after his domestic violence arrest, at least according to prosecutors. Dwayne Wade's eldest son appeared in a Pasadena courtroom Thursday for his arraignment in his domestic violence case and pled not guilty to a felony charge. According to a reporter for LA Magazine in the courtroom, prosecutors told the judge cops found and confiscated an unregistered firearm after the alleged incident. As you know, Zaire was arrested last month after cops showed up to a Burbank home after receiving a call about people yelling and stumping around the home, sparking fears that a domestic disturbance or someone in distress could be inside the home. Cops say they found Zaire and a woman with lacerations all over her face, and they arrested him. An emergency protection order was issued in court Thursday, requiring him to stay away from the alleged victim and surrender all his firearms. Zaire is out on bond. A preliminary hearing in his case is set for September 24th. Oh, child. Mm-mm-mm. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. They were so worried about the trans girl, honey. Look, the whole time, this one up here beating on women. And now, I'm not saying that, that gun was a part of that domestic violence incident, but the fact that they was able to go in there and find it and it's unregistered, Dwayne, you better get your son, honey. Well, that is that on that. I will certainly follow his trial. And yeah. Hey, Moderna, welcome. Well, y'all, more Paris Jackson, honey. Paris Jackson is not taking her foot off of John Brinker's neck, honey. Off that, when it comes to her daddy's money. And because remember the last story we read that allegedly there was friction between the siblings, like she had some friction with her siblings, but this ain't about that. This story here that I shared by way of TMZ says Paris Jackson's legal war with Michael's estate rages on after her recent court win. So let's get into it, child. Paris Jackson and the executor of her late father, Michael Jackson's estate, are duking it out in court again, beefing over stealing documents in their never-ending legal battle. In newly filed court docs obtained by TMZ, Paris slams John Brinker's request to seal certain documents related to her objections and his request for payment of fees. For his part, John claims it would be bad if the information in the docs were made public, because it could mess with future business deals or be used by their adversaries. According to the docs, Paris has also suggested the MJ estate remains open after all these years due to how the executor has been managing things, and says she remains largely in the dark about the estate's financial matters. But John fires back that these claims ignore the realities of the situation. The executor argues Paris filed much of her motion with inflammatory rhetoric about matters that are irrelevant to the issues at hand. In her paperwork, Paris points out she convinced the judge to side with her in her fight to stop the estate from making any future bonus payments to third-party law firms. And she thinks John's motion to seal papers designed to manage his reputation rather than serve any interests of the estate. Paris said John and the recently deceased John McClain were paid over $120 million for their work on the estate for over 13 years, which is a far cry from what she says she and her two brothers have received since their dad died. The executors previously argued that Paris and her siblings have received millions in benefits since their father's death. The executor and his team point out they continue to make the estate money, including the recent biopic that grossed over $1 billion. MJ's daughter is asking the court to deny John's request to keep certain info from the public. Mm-mm. Well, that is that on that, girl. Child. Mama says she want her money, honey. And it's like, it's kind of like, because remember when we were talking about the estate before, and John Brinker's, a lot of his responses were to Paris's claims were, I mean, yeah, we did it, but we also made the estate a bunch of money. And this is kind of like the same energy with these responses that he had as well. Like, where was it? It says, like, it would be bad if the information in the docs were made public because it could mess with future business deals or used by their adversaries. Another one says, the executor argues Paris filed much of promotion with inflammatory rhetoric about matters that are irrelevant to the issues at hand. Okay. Where's another one? Yeah, I think Paris is right about this one though, because she says he only wants to seal this to manage his reputation, not to serve in the interest of the estate. And yeah, I can agree with that. But I guess I will follow this story to see what comes of it. I've been following this long now, child. So that is that on that. Ooh, something else I've been following, honey. That Bilal Salam and Jada Pinkett Smith lawsuit. Well, now, honey, Bilal, he wants Will to now be deposed. And you should see, I have just shared here by way of TMZ Will Smith's former friend trying to drag him into legal war with Jada Pinkett Smith. Y'all, let's get into it, child. Will Smith could get roped into the ongoing legal battle between his former friend and his wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, at least if the former friend gets his way, TMZ has learned. According to legal docs obtained by TMZ, Will's ex friend, Bilal Salam, is making moves to depose Will as part of his lawsuit against Jada. On July 7th, Bilal wrote an email to Jada's lawyer with his request to depose Will, but Jada's team fired back. As for your proposed deposition of Will Smith, there is nothing to meet and confer about. Jada's team told the lawyer Will is not a party to the litigation and added Will had not received a subpoena to be deposed. The email was attached to a motion filed by Jada seeking to compel Bilal to turn over additional evidence in the case. She said he has failed to produce medical records despite his claims of emotional distress in the $3 million lawsuit. As TMZ first reported, Bilal sued Jada, claiming she had people threaten him after he refused to help clean up the PR mess Will created with his infamous Oscar slap, and after she found out Bilal was writing a memoir, which included mention of the Smith family. Jada denied all allegations of wrongdoing and scoffed at the claim that she threatened him. The judge dismissed some of Bilal's claims and awarded Jada over $30,000 in legal fees, but the remainder of the case is still ongoing. Girl. Said, don't get mad at me. Look, if you see him saying that me and my actions caused you to lose a bunch of weight and you get rid of your girl or whatever, had you moved, then prove it. Prove it, you fat motherfucker. I mean, I'm sure she didn't say it like that, but in my head she did. Well, that is that on that, honey. Y'all. Designer. Designer, y'all. And it seems like anytime that we talk about him, it's never about his music. It's never about like any positive. It's always about some weird shit he be doing. And you all should see where it says here by way of TMZ, designer assaulted girlfriend as she held their child, police say. Well.
Designer of what? Ugly?
Girl, and honey, and he always has the most roughest looking mugshots, honey. Now, usually, I like an old looking man, but not in this case, honey.
And
Well,
the girl keep taking it. The last time he got in trouble was because of the girl. I mean, they whole little incident. He has mental health issues. Like,
he
what are we
does, and
doing?
that's why I think she stayed, and I think that's probably why she's staying or stayed with him, because there's a soft spot for him, for her, I guess.
I'm gonna say he look a little touched, like something's about his face, like he don't care, he don't have no empathy, he just what the fuck ever. I don't give a fuck.
Based off of what I read, I think it might be bipolar disorder. Now, I have no certifications to diagnose anybody, but you remember we read about him on that plane and he just stripped naked and stuff like that?
Yeah, he looks like something's going on there.
Yep. Well, this starts. Designer assaulted his baby mama while she held their child, smashed both of her phones with a hammer, and beat down a neighbor's car before his domestic violence arrest. At least that's what the alleged victim told cops. According to the police report obtained by TMZ, the woman told them she and the rapper began arguing after he removed TVs from the walls inside of their shared residence. She said he got physical and smashed her 2 phones with a hammer so she could not call 911. The woman told cops she sprinted outside with their child and began yelling for help. She originally tried to seek shelter at a neighbor's home, but the neighbor was not there. She then went to a different neighbor's home before designer chased her down in a yard and threw her to the ground, ripping her designer handbag from her before throwing the purse. She says she got back up with their kid in her arms and dashed into the neighbor's home. According to the docs, designer caused $2,700 worth of damage to the alleged victim's phone and Dior handbag. The woman told police she locked herself in the bathroom and designer then began using a hammer and screwdriver to damage the neighbor's cars. Police say he then went to the neighbor's porch, grabbed a chair, and threw it at the front window, forcing entry into the home. He allegedly smashed several windows during the incident, causing another $6,000 in damage.
Wow.
2 other witnesses called 911. The Panda hitmaker then allegedly began banging on another neighbor's car window and requested to use her phone. Police arrested designer at the scene and brought him to Conway Medical Center for treatment before being transferred to Horry County Detention Center for booking. As TMZ told us, he's facing one count of second degree domestic violence, along with 3 counts of malicious injury to animals or personal property involving damage valued between 2,000 and 10,000. And let me share my screen. Y'all can see the latest mug shot, honey.
Yeah, something's definitely going on for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Because he just wilding out in general against the neighbors, the cars, the. Oh yeah, yeah, something's going on.
Yep.
And I understand that maybe she's sympathetic to him having mental issues, but that's not a safe issue for her. That her safety is in danger, and I get it. But girl, for the safety of you and your child, you need to probably have some deep thought about that because it's not safe when he's wilding out like that. And you go in the neighbor's home and he breaks their windows and beats on their cars and he's in a rage. He's in a rage and he's attacking anything. So yeah, that's not safe. That's sad. He needs treatment.
I agree. I agree. So, and then based on this article, I think they were able to treat him first because they took what they say took him to Conway Medical Center for treatment before being transferred to Horry County Detention Center for booking.
But that's not no.
he like the Arkham Asylum type.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
needs in a facility, meds regulated. They may have sedated him or whatever, but he needs inpatient psychiatric treatment if something's really going on there, and it sounds like it is, allegedly. So, yeah, you can't be around a person who releases that much rage because even though he may not mean to, he can't help it, and he may wind up really hurting you and be regretful because he's done it when he's not in the right state of mind. So, and you have a child, he could hurt you and the child. I mean, no, if in that much rage, there's no telling what could happen. So, yeah, he needs to be admitted.
Mm-hmm. It's the smashing the phones for the hammers with me, honey. Because I mean, yeah, mental health issues too, but something tells you that you are what's the word I'm looking for? Malicious or narcissistic enough to try to cut somebody's communication off from the outside.
Yeah,
I
breaking the
don't.
bathroom door with the hammer. Then when she goes in someone else's home, she's not even safe. He attacks their home and their property. That's a serious rage going on.
And he looked like it.
And a lot of loved ones have been killed by their family members who are mentally ill because they love them and they don't want, to what they think
Rob
may be
Reiner.
abandoning them or whatever. But you have to get them help and protect yourself all at the same time.
Rob Reiner killed by his
But his own
child.
child, mentally ill, but
Mhm.
now they're dead, and maybe now he realizes what he did was wrong. He's getting treatment or whatever. Even though he's in jail, they do have psychiatric treatment, but they're dead because they tried to help him, and he was too volatile. He needed something more structured and restricted than what they could offer, but that was their son, so they love him, so they tried to help him, and lots of people have been hurt that way.
Yep. And I actually got a story later on down the notepad about a man who killed his niece. Y'all probably saw it already, but it turns out it was actually Jadakiss's old road manager
Yep.
who did that.
Yeah. Saw it. God, that's the saddest story.
hmm So we'll talk about it later on down the list. But the next story I have for us to talk about now, Yella Beezy, honey. So remember his upcoming trial for allegedly having Mo3 killed on that highway down in Texas. Well, honey, they trying to use his lyrics against him, his music against him. And you all should see where it says here by way of all hip hop. Yella Beezy faces death penalty as prosecutors use his music against him. Well, girl.
Look, Texas don't play. I don't know why y'all be out there in Texas thinking y'all finna fuck around.
Listen, he's as far as I know, I think he's from Dallas. Like, so he know better of all people.
Yes, if they going for a first degree, they gonna try and kill you. They gonna put you in the. They want to be able to kill you, and you don't. They don't let nobody go on there. Not in Texas or Florida. So
Well, and this
peace
is
be
actually a
unto you,
very
brother.
interesting article because they brought in a professor, a doctor, to kind of analyze the lyrics and stuff. And I just found what he said to be really interesting. So this starts. Yella Beezy is about to face a courtroom where his own music becomes the prosecution's weapon, and a nationally recognized expert just warned that jurors might mistake artistic expression for confessions. The Dallas rapper's capital murder trial for the 2020 death of Mo 3 is shaping up to be a case study in how hip hop lyrics are dominating criminal proceedings across America. During Thursday's pre-trial hearing, Dr. Eric Nielsen from the University of Richmond testified that prosecutors want to use Yella Beezy's songs as evidence, but jurors without hip hop literacy could easily misread bars as admissions of guilt. Nielsen compared rappers to professional wrestlers, explaining that both create larger than life personas designed to entertain rather than document real events. He plays a character named Yella Beezy, Nielsen said, describing how the performance blurs with reality in ways that confuse people with unfamiliar. I'm sorry, in ways that confuse people unfamiliar with the genre's conventions. The core issue is straightforward. According to Yahoo News, prosecutors are building their case around a years long feud between Yella Beezy and Mo 3 that allegedly escalated into murder. Kewan Dontrell White and Devin Maurice Brown Jr. face charges as co defendants, with White accused of being the actual shooter. The conflict supposedly started in 2017 when comedian Roy Pate questioned whether Yella Beezy was really from Dallas, leading to an assault, then Pete's shooting death in 2018. Then Yella Beezy getting shot on a tollway, and finally Mo 3's execution style killing on Interstate 35E in November 2020. Prosecutors want to play Mo 3's song 219 as evidence, claiming it references the tollway shooting. They also recovered an unreleased Yella Beezy track called Take Three that say alludes to Mo 3's death. But Nielsen's research shows that academic studies prove people interpret violent rap lyrics as literal confessions far more often than they would identical lyrics labeled as country or rock music. There's also a racial component. Jurors might unconsciously apply stereotypes about black men being inherently violent, making them more likely to believe rap lyrics reflect actual criminal intent. This is not new territory. The YSL Rico case against Young Thug allows 17 sets of rap lyrics as evidence, while Lil Durk's ongoing murder for hire trial has prosecutors fighting to use his music despite judicial skepticism. Texas courts have already started pushing back. In 2024, the state's Court of Criminal Appeals overturned a capital murder conviction, specifically because prosecutors improperly weaponized rap videos and lyrics. If convicted, Yella Beezy faces life in prison without parole or potentially the death penalty under Texas capital murder statutes. The trial is scheduled for August 24th, 2026. Girl, and I am going to be following this trial, honey.
You,
That's an
you know
interesting
what?
analysis, though, of the
Yeah.
rap lyrics.
And I feel like yes, that was very true. But today's youth ain't that smart.
And that's what the rap lyrics think about: killing,
Mhm.
murder, getting back at they ops. You don't hear that
Mhm.
in rock music and country music. They sing about
No.
bitches and stuff, having women and riding in their cars and shit. But
Mhm.
you just don't hear them talking about the gang life or you know I'll murk
Yeah.
you, I see you, and all that kind of. You know how they do.
Yeah. And even so, like I don't think a lot of that was back in the day. I really didn't think that was like something that they would get on the track and actually say. Like they talked a lot of cash. These children today, though,
Oh, they say it. They,
they are not screwed too tight. They're
you
not very
know,
smart. And unfortunately, A lot of that shit is very literal.
Hmm. They're singing what they know, what they lived. A lot of them, not all
Mm,
of them, but a lot of these
not
guys
all of them,
come
but
from the streets, and that's what they know. We got guns, we'll use them, and it's not always just rap. They might be talking about somebody specifically
hmm
sometimes, and apparently, with the way these murders are happening, it seems like
yeah,
they're really directing it at people, and they follow through.
right. Like they tell on themselves.
They do.
These kids grew up in the whole social media web thing, and they love to tell all their business on the internet, on they saw everything. So I think at one particular time that was definitely the case where it was more or less art and reflecting what was happening out in the streets. Nowadays they are sending out hits and talking about what they did
What they
literally.
gonna do?
Yeah, yeah. And they're very descriptive. The one time that they were very descriptive, they put the clues in there like,
Hmm.
huh? Why would you put the freeway number in there? Like, okay, y'all the ones that's stupid. Everybody else ain't stupid.
Making videos of themselves shooting at cars and doing drive by. I mean, they actually make videos of themselves doing this shit. They
Like,
like what? Why would you
yeah,
No,
film
like they're
yourself
not
killing
too
remember,
bright.
yourself doing a crime?
remember we talked about with that one artist who was like leading the police, like doing a whole police chase, like was pretty much taunting the police because they couldn't catch him until they caught him. But remember that?
Right.
Like I think, girl.
On live. Yeah, yeah.
They're not very bright. I'm sorry.
No,
They're
they
just
definitely not. That's why they on trial.
not.
So I hear his argument truly, I do, but I would just kind of push back just a little bit, when he tried to
Yeah.
say it's like wrestling, like pro wrestling, because especially not
Well,
nowadays.
yeah. I feel like the argument was from the past, and that definitely was very relevant, and that made sense. But yeah, because I felt that when I was like, wow, buddies, these days, these little dummies is really kind of telling on themselves. Low
And
key, I really think Young Thug was telling on himself too, but
the fact that he says that it could skew the juries, which tend to be white
well,
people,
yeah,
in the direction that blacks are inherently violent because this is
yeah.
the context and content of their music. And
hmm
I hate to say that, but he had a point there.
Yeah, he's right
Yeah,
about that. Look,
So,
we saw it in the Trayvon Martin case. Remember when they brought that white lady who lived in the neighborhood and she talked about a incident when she got robbed, ain't have shit to do with Trayvon, but
mm-mm,
they brought her on there to just kind of prove
in
a
her
point
head.
that the white people are afraid of violent black people.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But violent white people don't get that
That's
same
okay.
treatment. They People don't hate all white people because some violence happens with white people. People tend to hate the whole black race because they see all of these violent videos. They're getting exposed to them daily, on this app and others. But when white people do violent or heinous things, people don't go around hating all white people. But black people just have this stigma that you see black people doing something, all black people are hated just by the sight of the skin, the
Yeah,
color of their skin, just by on sight. You can be
yeah,
black,
and
and they don't like you.
and yeah, and
And
I mean, literally, white folks globally have murdered or massacred millions of people
millions.
for
Mhm.
centuries,
They continue
and
to do it.
somehow they're still the great white hope. And I just, you know, it.
Yeah, they still do it. They
Mhm.
still do it. The conquer.
For centuries.
Yeah, but in this country, the color of your skin, is a is a bad thing, just because of the actions of some. No other race in this country has that stigma where, if an Asian commits a crime, they hate all Asians or all Filipinos or all Chinese people or all Mexican. Well, they hate Mexicans in general too, for different reasons, stupid reasons, because the reasons they hate them are not true. But it's, yeah. I think we're gonna always have this problem. We're gonna always have this problem, and as
I
long as
think
these
you're
young,
right.
this music is continuing to be elevated in our culture, because these young people are growing up with these ideals and this lifestyle, and a lot of them don't change. The pathway is either prison or the cemetery, but that doesn't seem to be a deterrent, because oh, I got friends in prison, I get 3 hot meals and I have a place to sleep, I ain't got no bills, I ain't got nothing to worry about. And if I go to the cemetery, oh well. I mean, that's sort of where we are now. They don't seem to. That's not a problem for them. And so they grow up, and then they have children, and they perpetuate the same, stereotype and lifestyle, and it just goes on and on. Combined with the oppression we get from the other side, it's a nasty soup, and I don't know how we get out of it.
I have an idea, but y'all ain't gonna like
Well,
it.
I probably would like it.
Look,
But hey.
well, yeah, that was very interesting. Well, so there was actually now I know we don't give too much life to Joe Budden and them on his podcast. However, they just had Rick Ross on there. And there was a discussion that people felt that Rick Ross was fake because they felt like he was all up in Drake phase making music and stuff like that. And so, but Rick Ross pretty much explained, like, no, it wasn't fake. We were actually cool with each other, and then lines were crossed, so we're not cool anymore. So, you all should see. I've just shared this article here from Hot New Hip Hop. Rick Ross denies his friendship and beef with Drake were fake. So there's about a quick video about like a where is it? Here it is.
Okay, now. Okay.
Ooh. Yes, honey. Well, here it is.
Frivolous or yeah, like why you or niggas don't say, I'm sorry, Flip, why y'all don't ever say, yo, all that brotherhood shit that we was showing y'all in the videos and how we was carrying it, and it was collabs every summer, and it was all a facade.
But what's to say it's a facade though?
No, because he's saying it was never that.
He's saying it was solid.
No, don't get it fucked up. Nothing about that was fake, nigga.
Yeah.
Nothing about that was fake. If a nigga fuck with you, a nigga fuck with you. If it's something that go left, that's when it go left.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, up to that point, it was good.
Nigga, it could go left right now on this podcast. Mm-hmm. It wasn't fake before that.
But that's where,
showing love.
But that's where I'm pushing back. It can't go left on this podcast because I'm sitting with some niggas that I've been with for 20 years. It would have, hold on, let me finish. It would have to really be something.
Yeah.
So when we hear from you, and maybe niggas are just holding it down, not sharing, but when we hear from, hey, what happened? And then we hear it,
it wasn't nothing
it don't
big.
Connect. Like
no.
what I,
so
niggas that don't justify it.
Listen to me. Mm-hmm. That's what some things are not to be looking for the connection. You can't be looking for the connection between niggas. That's like me looking for the connection between the last weird niggas you used to do the podcast with.
Oh, I forgot about
that.
Thank you.
When he said all that,
you love them niggas, didn't you?
You set it up.
I used to be dapping. Y'all niggas
I still love one of them.
Okay, then. But what I'm trying to tell you, that's business. You moved on. And that's what you got to do as a boss. Mm-hmm. And you wish all them niggas the best. If it ain't no real pressure, you wish a nigga the best. Continue to do you. Keep winning. But once it go left, it go left.
Let me ask you.
The way Rick Ross ate his ass up, he was like, you just like them last two weird niggas that was on your podcast.
Right. And I don't like neither one of these niggas. But I did enjoy the eat. And then, but I love the pressing too. Press his ass. Absolutely. But damn, he did eat him on that one. And I'm like, well done. I can't stand your ass, but that was a good one.
But you ate that little, you not that bitch in there, but you ate that one little thing.
Wait, and to call it out, That's not the. It wasn't the first time. It was the second time he had to ghost out on the podcast. So yeah, what was you talking about? That's a see, Joe Budden's stupid. But anyways, I digress.
And that was that on that. Got ate up on his own podcast, honey. Moon, if you want to continue your nap too, this a story that's like kind of a nothing burger. But Glorilla's sister, remember we just talked about her and how she called out that blocked her for liking her picture. Well, now she's saying that she don't really care about their relationship. She's just trying to, make amends with their mama. And you all should see where it says here by way of TMZ, Glorilla's sister Scarface Woods wants to make amends with mom, not rapper. Well, let's get into it, child. Glorilla's sister Scarface Wood is learning the hard way how beef comes with a whole lot of collateral damage. And now she's looking to make amends with the family member she holds in the highest regard. TMZ's Tawanda Robinson spoke with Scarface, aka Brorilla, on Thursday, and she admits she regrets dragging her mom into the explosive tension between her and her famous sister Glorilla. And she's hoping this interview makes the rounds so the two can be on talking terms again. Mama Rilla is none too pleased about the details of her life getting hung out to dry while Glow and Bro air out their own drama. And Scarface is genuinely remorseful for doing that. That said, Gorilla is still on the shit list because Bro says she has done a whole bunch of foul stuff to her, and judging by what was shared with TMZ, it sounds real petty. Bro says her sister has gone to the lowest extent while they beef, and if tomorrow Glow were to reach out to squash beef tension, Scarface will call 911 on her. Guess we can't say the olive branch stretches too far into the family tree on this one. Not call 911, honey.
Look, okay. See now, I hate having to defend this girl because I done fell out with Glorilla myself for her not being a girl's girl. That really pissed me off. But girl, you had a whole crash out for days. Threw your mama under the bus, was fucking with your mama's money. And child, boy, niggas
No,
is so
do you remember the
irritating.
amount of money that she did all of that for? Like they were saying,
It was
what about? She said,
$1,500 or
"Mhm."
5,000. Oh, it was
I think
something slow.
was it 1,500 or 2,500? I
It
think it was
was something low
$2,500.
as fuck.
Like, girl, you could have went to go take out a loan at a bank, girl. Are you kidding me?
It's bad. And I'm like, you did all of this, threw the mama under the bus. The mama just said, you ain't fucking with my money. Went on with Glow and said, leave. I'm leaving you for dead, nigga. You bad business. That's just crazy.
Yes, honey. Well, speaking of crazy, so I just want to ask y'all a question before I share this next. So all those guys who um were tried to hem up Gucci Mane and those studio execs in that studio, right? All those people that were with Pooh Shiesty, Big 30, and Mr. William Sr., all those people that was with them, the gang around them, or I don't even know if I want to call them the gang, but the acquaintances around them. So I'm sure y'all can imagine that those people were paid, for their services. How much do y'all think those people were paid for all of that to risk all their freedom?
$500. $500.
Close, add another zero. So they were paid, allegedly paid $5,000. And you all should see where it says here by way of Hot New Hip Hop, Pooh Shiesty accused of paying men $5,000 to help rob Gucci Mane. Okay. So something like, armed robbery, right? Now me, if I'm going to be risking my freedom, it's definitely going to be for way more than $5,000, honey. Like way more. Look, we had a comment saying they got paid $250. Y'all don't think much of these niggas, honey.
Because really, it don't take much for. Never mind. Let me be quiet.
Look, we have a comment saying these girls were risking jail for $5K. Yes, for 2 months rent. Yes, they were. Yes. Well, um, Terrence Rogers, a co-defendant in the Pooh Shiesty Gucci Mane case, recently requested a detention hearing. According to Double XL, the prosecution has issued a response, and it's certainly not a favorable one for the defense. According to the prosecution's latest filing, Rogers is being accused of taking payment for the alleged robbery and kidnapping of Gucci Mane. In fact, prosecutors are saying multiple men were paid for the alleged incident. As a result, they believe Rogers should remain behind bars. Rogers did not participate in this defense based on pure altruism alone. Instead, Rogers appeared to have been compensated for his role, the filing says. According to the latest filing, there are images of Rogers and other defendants flexing what appears to be their alleged payment. Money spreads were the preferred method of doing so. In fact, there is one alleged text message which seems to suggest each man was only paid upwards of $5,000 for their troubles. Stupid bitch ass niggas, your whole crew full of lames. Nigga paid y'all 5K a piece for a $15 million hit. Y'all some suckers, the message states. Going forward, Pooh Shiesty remains in prison. Meanwhile, his father and Big 30 are out on bond, albeit with some restrictions imposed. A detention hearing for the artist will be held on July 21st, and it is here where he will learn whether or not he will remain behind bars until February, which is when the trial is slated to take place. Mm-mm. Yes, and I'm sorry, but whoever sent that message, honey, y'all got only 5K out of a $15 million hit, girl.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I mean, oh baby.
$5,000.
It don't take much. I'm sorry. When you just I bet you they thought that was a lot of money too. I mean, they were doing money spreads.
How do they
Their
think
front
that's a
lobe
lot
is
of
not
money
developed.
in their
Because
circle? You think they thought that was a lot of money?
yes, yes, they're doing money spreads. Yes, they thought
Yeah,
so. Yes,
yeah. If they
unfortunately.
doing the money spread, yeah, I agree with Moon because nobody, I know I wouldn't spread out no $5,000. Like now, if it was about $1 million, yeah, I'd be spreading that shit and lay up naked in it. But 5,000, no.
Look, and and how I know is because it don't take much for my son to think he got something, and the frontal lobe ain't developed. It's
And here's the thing: did they even get their $5,000
well, it
before
gone
they
now.
got
It don't
caught?
even matter. It don't even matter now.
Because that won't even pay for the lawyer.
No,
Mm-mm.
look, my God,
Five
I'll
hundred
be oh
thousand
boy.
maybe for a crime like that. Wasn't that crime caught on video?
Hmm. They
Uh,
recorded it too. I think Big 30 was like recorded some of it.
and like I said, they're gonna continue to start using these niggas' lyrics because they love to incriminate themselves. Something fierce. It's
Hmm.
embarrassing, to be honest. It's embarrassing.
Well, speaking of other people who like to incriminate themselves, honey, Shia LaBeouf. And I
Oh
really
God,
didn't
I
want to talk
saw
about.
that.
I really didn't want to talk, but we actually got two stories about his ass, honey.
Francis
Just,
Ford Coppola said, "Best wishes to you.
hmm
Peace be unto you." Oh, but Lord, he been messing with twigs. Oh Lord.
Well, he stayed fucking with Twigs, honey, and so you see where it says here by way of TMZ, FKA Twigs to ex Shia. I can't ruin your reputation. You damaged it yourself. Get him, girl. Well, FKA Twigs claims she cannot ruin her ex Shia LaBeouf's reputation because he already did that himself, saying he has a history of violence and homophobic remarks that speaks for itself. TMZ has learned. In court docs obtained by TMZ, FKA argued Shia's claims that public statements she made about him harmed him are nonsense. FKA sued Shia in 2020 for alleged sexual battery, claiming he got physical with her during their relationship and gave her an STD. Shia denied all claims of wrongdoing. The case was settled in 2025. Months later, Shia claimed FKA violated the deal by talking about him in an interview. In the interview, FKA said she did not feel safe as a woman in the industry and said she was passionate about helping other survivors. The singer denies this was a violation of the deal. She also insists there is nothing she could really say to damage Shia's reputation, stating he has been arrested for serious violent crimes, engaged in erratic conduct, and publicly uttered homophobic slurs. She says Shia cannot claim she caused his career harm, arguing Shia's own behavior torpedoed his career and any prospect of future studio employment. FKA also says she finds it rich that Shia complained about her interview, pointing out that he also talked about their relationship in an interview earlier this year, which she says could be a breach of the NDA provisions in the settlement. In other words, it appears to be Shia's position that he, as a sexual abuser, may discuss FKA's trauma and suffering whenever he wants without restriction, but that FKA, as a survivor, is prohibited from discussing Shia or her story. FKA asked the court to find the NDA provisions unenforceable and rule that she can speak out on the topic when she wants. And remember, we actually talked about that like a couple of months ago. She wanted to like kind of change the provisions of that NDA settlement.
Hmm. Look, she ain't lie about that. She ain't that. Cause really, I don't know what delusion he is in that he thinks that he. I mean, he's still ruining it. You have Francis Ford Coppola telling you peace be unto you. Bye. I wish you the best. Go on. You are unhireable. I mean, and you know what? I don't think I've ever been this disappointed in a white boy. And I just knew he was going to do great things. I just knew he was going to be the it guy. And when I say crash and burn, blow up, ooh, child, he was the biggest disappointment I have seen in a very long time. Even
Mhm.
the 80s when they crashed and burned, they didn't crash out as bad as he did. He is horrible. Horrible. My
He is
Lord.
absolutely horrible, honey. And the thing is, honey, the fact that he is so horrible, he actually still has somebody wanting him by the name of Alyssa. And this is the other story that we have about him, honey. He got a whole stalker. Now, y'all gonna have to be like, when y'all see the title of this article, this is gonna be one of those. Let me move my bang so I can make sure I read this right. So, you all should see where it says here by way of TMZ. Shia LaBeouf's alleged stalker fears he's being sex trafficked. Take a minute, take it in.
You know what? I can't entertain this clown foolery. Please.
No, baby.
These
And when you see the,
crazies.
let me show you the girl's mugshot. So she just
Oh,
looks like, and I'm glad you said the word clown fooler because this looks like clown. This baby, this is a
oh.
clown fool right here, honey. Look at her.
Okay. I mean, just crazy as a June bug, crazy as a Betsy bug. Look here. Actually, they should probably be together, to be honest. I mean,
Wake
if
that
we
up,
really,
okay?
if we
Damn.
really go.
Yeah. Damn.
Oh, well, this
Mhm.
starts. Shia LaBeouf's alleged stalker told cops she believed the actor was merely a clone of himself and she feared he was being sex trafficked. Sources tell TMZ Alyssa Couture was arrested on July 13th in New Orleans after she allegedly followed Shia to a bank parking lot where he was with his girlfriend. And when she was being questioned by the police, she made some pretty alarming statements. A source said Alyssa remained across the street from the bank and was seen pacing around her car while Shia was inside the bank. She claimed she was trying to close the demon portal. Cops arrested Alyssa for Cops arrested Lissa after talking to her. She told officers that the celebrity Shia LaBeouf was a clone that had Shia's DNA and her DNA mixed together. Alyssa claimed Shia's clone was made in a secret lab. Sources tell TMZ police first encountered Alyssa on June 30th after she traveled from New Hampshire to New Orleans. When questioned, she said she believed she was married to Shia. A little over a week later, on July 9th, Alyssa showed up at Shia's father's home, accusing him of hiding Shia's real body. She said the clone of Shia was a celebrity Shia LaBeouf, not the real Shia. Alyssa also claimed she drove to Shia's California home due to multiple women committing sex acts on Shia's clone, which made Shia angry. And get this, Alyssa said she felt Shia's clone was being sex trafficked and that Shia's father's social media posts talked to her through AI. As TMZ first reported, Alyssa was charged with misdemeanor stalking after the incident.
That crazy shit you just wrote almost made my brain hurt. What? Stop. Who else supposed to say, okay, enough shit. You making my hair hurt.
And all
That
that
was
is just
so
a
much.
misdemeanor. Just a misdemeanor.
Oh,
Just
She
a
baby.
misdemeanor, girl.
the
She
highest of
batshit
charges.
crazy.
For real, she batshit crazy.
And
Oh my
look,
God.
and
That
just
was
like
so
Moon
much.
said, they made for each other. They belong together, quiet as a kept.
Right. I mean, that was so much back crazy. I was like, I was about to call Uncle. I'm tapping out. Stop. Okay. Shit. She making my hair hurt. Lord. That's too much crazy.
Oh, that's probably not all she believes. I'm sure she got more.
Oh. Oh yeah.
That
Oh
girl
yeah.
said she was trying to close a demon portal, honey. Like, what, baby?
I mean, and that the clone took her. It was her DNA and his DNA together. They boyfriend girl. Child, I can't. It's too much crazy.
We have a comment said, "Baby, are you reading an excerpt from a novel?"
Right? Because I was like, shit.
Oh Lord. Well, that is that on that, hun. Let's get into some sports ball business. So, remember when we talked about Bam Adebayo and Tyler Harrow, honey? There was apparently a scuffle. Tyler was talking shit, and Bam said, "Hey, bitch," and punched him like in Vegas, allegedly. Well, the NBA says there will be no punishments, there will be no fines. Everybody cool, nothing to see here. We good. And you all should see where it says here by way of TMZ. Bam Adebayo, Tyler Harrow won't be punished for Vegas fight, NBA says. Well, the association is officially moving on from the Bam Adebayo and Tyler Harrow dust up in Las Vegas, and there won't be as much as a fine for either of the NBA stars. The league announced on Thursday that after speaking with Bam and Tyler, as well as the players' union, nobody wanted to make a BFD out of the much talked about incident. After discussing with the players involved and the MBPA, everyone would prefer to move on from this unfortunate circumstance and no further action will be taken by the league, an NBA spokesperson told Sham Charania. The brief physical altercation went down last Friday near a practice court at Resorts World Casino, where Adebayo and Harrow were staying for the summer league. The former friend slash teammate shared the floor for 7 seasons in South Beach before Tyler was traded to the Milwaukee Bucks earlier this month in a deal that sent Giannis Antetokounmpo, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, but they sent him to the Heat. After Harrow was sent packing, leaked screenshots hit the internet showing the former Kentucky shooting guard disparaging Adebayo's pay and play, which Bam clearly didn't appreciate, and that's why he physically confronted Tyler. Bottom line, this flew, but nobody was seriously hurt, and both players want to move on. No lengthy investigation necessary. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, even in the NBA. Yeah.
Well, I mean, are we surprised that that white man was hating on Bam?
No, not at all. But what you
Oh
know
yeah.
what I appreciate about this, and not to give this white man too much, but you know what I was talking shit. I got hit in the mouth for it. Let's move on. Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Yeah. You, but it just shows that you was jealous of him in the first place. You mad because you got traded because you ain't the anchor. Sorry. Sorry.
Sorry, you're just not that girl.
Dang, and I wish Slayanka was here to talk about it because you know she got more info. Oh, damn it.
Mm-hmm. Look, I'm always here. We have a comment saying, I'm always here for a white person getting punched in their shit. Baby, you and me both. I'm like when that shit, and I think my Facebook algorithm knows it too, because that shit be coming across my feed. And I'm like, oh yes, I love this. Oh. Especially when it's somebody like at a fast food restaurant or something, just giving them workers a hard time. When the worker finally snap and beat their baby, I love to see it. Well, that is that on that. Um, so Andrew Gillum. This is actually very interesting. So either he didn't get ready to party, he wasn't in party state, or somebody lying. But you all should see I've just shared here by way of TMZ. Andrew Gillum tests negative for drugs after alleged meth bust. So Andrew Gillum says he tested negative for drugs weeks after being busted for meth, TMZ has learned. According to court docs obtained by TMZ, the ex-Florida governor nominee says he signed up for a drug testing program, took the test, and the results came back clean yesterday. In the docs, Gillum asked for a hearing to be set once a decision's been made about whether or not he needs to go to a court-approved drug treatment program. The court granted his request and scheduled his hearing for next month. As TMZ previously reported, Gillum was busted with 3 grams of meth earlier this month. Cops in Alabama had pulled him over for driving erratically and found the drugs, 8 pre-rolled marijuana joints, 4 cut straws, 3 pipes, and a bong, and a partridge in a pear tree. But prosecutors charged Gillum with felony possession of a controlled substance as well as misdemeanor possession of marijuana for personal use and possession of drug paraphernalia. Gillum's preliminary hearing will go down on August 4th. Mm-mm. So yeah, it's
I feel like getting tested after the fact of all of this later on to say you negative. What is that doing? What are we doing? Okay.
look, we have a comment saying, wasn't he giving drugged out dick to some white bottom? Arrest him. And then we have another comment that says, child, Andrew is the type of black to say cock to jail, no freedom. This is why I love my people. Y'all, this is my and I despise the word cock. Don't say no fucking cock around me. I don't want nothing to do with no cock. Get it away from me. Well, that is that on that, honey. And I'm with you, Moon Girl. Like it's like okay, it's kind of after the fact now. Like okay, and baby, I know he had him a whole night plan. I know he was about to wear some white bottom out, honey. He had the 8 pre-rolled joints, the 4 cut straws. So I guess the bottom was supposed to bring the coke, because they ain't say nothing about it. But they found the meth, or maybe he was gonna use the straws for the meth. I don't know, but I know he was pissed, honey, when they pulled him. I was like, damn, I was about to go get some ass and some drugs, allegedly. Well,
I don't know what was he doing to get pulled over. Like, how did it? Was he driving erratic? Like, what
uh huh.
happened? Was he speeding?
Yeah, they say he was driving erratically.
Well, then okay.
But then again, it
So
was
after you
also
get pulled
Alabama,
over,
so he could have also been driving while black. And
that's
being
true.
black is erratic enough to be stopped in certain places.
No, I already know that. Yes, you're right. But also, sir, okay, I guess.
We have a comment saying he's into chemsex. Long sessions. Okay, honey.
I don't know what that means. I'm just gonna go on mute. I don't even know what that means.
Speeding to we have a comment speeding to thrust his pelvis against something reminiscent of a countertop. Oh my god. Booty bumps that involve booty. Y'all are hilarious. But yes, I guess we say all that to say, Mr. Gillum, we know what you are, honey. And listen, it is what it is.
Look,
Did
look,
he say a countertop?
A countertop girl, an ironing board.
I look,
No cushion for the pushing.
look. I just laughed off mic. I just had to laugh off mic. Cause what? And also,
Oh.
just live free, my brother. So you don't have to do all this sneaking around, child. Just go, you podcast now. Do whatever you want to. You know what I'm saying? Live the life you want to live instead of secretly. Just be free. I want that for you.
Mhm. Well, honey, speaking of, remember that we talked about Carmine, Carmine Agnello, Victoria Gotti's son, John Gotti's grandson. Remember we talked about him, and he got caught up with scamming out of them COVID funds. And remember we learned about how he wanted to give his mom a kidney, but that kind of didn't
Mm-hmm.
fall. And now he wants to give the kidney again, but prosecutors like, well, wait a minute now. So you all should see where it says here by way of TMZ. Prosecutors are skeptical of new requests to delay prison check-in to give mom kidney. So, Gambino family crime boss John Gotti's grandson is asking a federal judge to delay his prison sentence a few more months so he can donate a kidney to his mom. And federal prosecutors are amenable to it. Though they are a bit skeptical, he'll actually go through with it. Here's the deal. Carmine Agnello, the son of Victoria Gotti, one of the Teflon Don's 5 children, is scheduled to surrender to federal authorities on Monday to start a 15-month sentence for scamming the federal government out of $1.1 million in COVID relief funds. Carmine asked the judge to push his reporting date back 60 days so he can donate an organ to Victoria, who suffers from chronic kidney disease, and recover outside of prison. Included in his request are 2 doctor's notes confirming there is a transplant date set for August 3rd. Federal prosecutors filed a response, telling a judge they're fine with pushing the date back if Carmine actually gives his mom his kidney. They claim a transplant was set for March and just never happened, so they're skeptical he's going to go through with it this time. They're asking for a deadline of August 10th, by which time Carmine either has to part with the kidney or surrender to authorities. If he doesn't donate the kidney by August 10th, Feds asked that he not be granted another deferment. Worth noting, on top of his 15-month prison sentence, Carmine was arrested last month after allegedly choking his girlfriend. Mm-mm. So they said, all right, like, Carmine, do you know you only have 30 minutes? 30 minutes? Yes, 30 minutes. You have until August 10th to either give up the kidney or get gone.
Well, yeah, because this is the second time she asked. Well, first she asked to delay so he could,
Hmm.
give her a kidney, and that never happened. That was several months ago. Now they're saying it again. So the prosecutors ain't gonna keep falling for the okie doke. You gonna do it this time, or you going to prison and kiss your kidney goodbye?
Yep. And I guess what's different about this time, they've actually included two doctor's notes that saying that there is a transplant surgery that's scheduled for August 3rd. So they was like, all right, well, you got a week after August 3rd, motherfucker. You got to August 10th, and we don't see nothing. We better see a scar or something. So, well, that is that on that. I remember the last time we talked, honey, we just couldn't believe how, what's the word I'm looking for? Because I don't want to call the man ugly, but we just like, he definitely didn't look like this when he was younger.
Yeah,
And
that the decline and the way he looks, yeah.
woo, mm, 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 mm. Look like he
It
lived
was
a hard life, honey.
yeah.
We have a comment saying, boy, fuck them kidneys. Oh, well, let me see if this is because this is a New York Post. I can't remember if Post does thumbnails or not. But remember when I said earlier that I have a story about Jada Kiss's former road manager killing his freaking niece with his stupid ass
Mhm. Mhm.
girl. So we have the story here from the New York Post. Oh yeah, we have a thumbnail. And you see where it says maniac guns down his niece, getting her into her car on New York City street over home ownership spat. Girl.
Mhm.
Well, a Mount Vernon gunman was arrested Wednesday night for killing his niece on a Bronx street in a dispute over an inherited home, according to authorities and sources. Michael Foster, who's 58, allegedly shot Julia Anderson, who's 39, multiple times in the stomach as she was about to step into her black Jeep in the Wakefield section Monday night, according to the NYPD and law enforcement sources. Anderson, who also lived in nearby Mount Vernon, was found sprawled on the ground outside her ride on Murdoch Avenue when police responded to a 911 call about the shooting, the sources said. She was rushed to Jacoby Medical Center where she died, cops said. A dispute over an inherited home appears to have sparked the uncle's rampage, sources said. The pair lived in the same residence in Mount Vernon. Members of the NYPD's crime scene unit were seen raiding a Bell Avenue home in the Westchester County suburb associated with the pair late Wednesday. Cops carried out brown paper bags of evidence, taking photos and examining a gun box by the Leafy home. Foster was slapped with charges for murder, manslaughter, and 10 counts of criminal possession of a weapon, cops said. The alleged killer wore bright yellow shorts, socks, and sandals and kept his head down as cops walked him from the Bronx 47 precinct to a police car Wednesday night. Foster was awaiting his arraignment in Bronx criminal court. Anderson's mother, Beverly Patterson, told Fox 5 that her daughter worked as a disability aide and was just months away from her 40th birthday. She was very good. She kind of looked similar like me, although she's tall, like 6 feet tall, I think, Patterson told the outlet. I don't know. She went to work and that was it. Never heard anything from her again. Mm. Baby, look, they always want to say not all men, but somehow it's always a fucking man.
So she took care of her grandmother, and her grandmother left her the home and everything she owned because she was her caretaker.
Hmm.
This mother, this is this woman's uncle. So the mother and him were both upset that she inherited everything because she bypassed, I guess, her children to give it to her granddaughter. So unfortunately, it looks like the mother's going to wind up inheriting the home because he's going to be in prison and her daughter's dead. She's next of kin. But it was him and his sister haranguing her about inheriting everything and wanting her to, cut them in on it. Now that's what I read. So This is the saddest shit. I think they ought to be forced to sell that home
Mm-hmm.
and nobody inherit it, because of this. It's a cute little house.
Yeah, and it's like it. I'm telling you, honey, it's like there's something, and I feel like people probably will throw rocks at me, honey, but I feel like religion is to blame, Christian, because something tells these men that you can be violent towards women, and it's like, and they think it's okay. Like, what in what world is it okay to shoot and kill your niece? I mean, unless she came at him with a knife or some shit, which no, based off of what we read, she was going to her car to get the hell away from them, and he walks out and shoots her, and then they found her. I like I said, they always want to tell you it's not always, and you see why. Like a lot of these men are starting to see why women are choosing the dare.
Look, and it don't even sound like her mama was even sad that that happened. I
You
mean,
caught that right.
That's what I
yeah,
said. It
that
was him and the mother.
like, girl, Ugh, that's
Just
bad business.
trifling motherfuckers.
People, well, and we had this discussion before we got like how people value power and money, their greed is
Hmm.
just it overtakes any logic, any sense of morals or Ooh, child. Thank God I don't. I'm delivered from that. I don't look.
I mean,
I could do good. I'm good without it.
they all could have lived in the home. I mean, it's not like he
They
said she
probably
tried to
wanted
put
the
him out
money.
or anything. They all could have lived there, but just
They
because they were
they
her
probably
niece,
wanted the money,
well, yeah, they wanted it, and he killed her for it.
and
Sorry,
then he ain't getting shit,
no.
dummy. I'm like, you kill somebody, you're not gonna, you're not the thing that you're trying to kill them for. You're not gonna get. You're not gonna get it. You're in jail.
He said, if I can't have it, you can't either. So that leaves the mother.
And she the one that's with it, I guess,
Well,
because
she's the
clearly she did.
yeah.
Well,
Even
it didn't
if the
seem like
girl
she
didn't
cared too
have a
much.
will, I mean, she just inherited the place. So even if she didn't have a will, I mean, by law, her next of kin would get it, her immediate family. So that's her mother.
I mean, it don't even sound like the mother is even sympathetic.
No,
I
because they,
mean,
not to me either. Nah,
so
like she didn't say anything about, oh my God, I just can't believe he did that, or, just,
right,
boy, what
wild.
money make a bitch do?
Hmm.
That
We have
part, chill. That part.
we have a comment saying men need psychological help. I think it's more than like men need like the programming, like some like this, because there is an energy out here, and y'all kind of see where men really feel like they're entitled to women's bodies, women's opinions, women's attitudes. Like, you talking to me crazy, so I'm going to shoot and kill you. What? Like, mm-mm, mm-mm. Well, that is that on that, honey. My West Coast people, particularly Hollywood, are y'all familiar with an artist by the name of Lucky? Who spells with an I and not a Y at the end? I don't know if he's a singer or rapper or whatever, but he's somebody named Lucky, and he's a black artist who has a home out in West Hollywood. Or I guess I'll take y'all silence as a no. Y'all don't know her. Well, unfortunately, Lucky's home in West Hollywood was robbed, and they stole over $500,000 worth of items. And you all should see, I've just shared here by way of hot new hip hop, Lucky's West Hollywood home robbed of 500K worth of items. Well, Lucky was hit with some unfortunate news after he got to his home this week. According to NBC Los Angeles, the rapper's West Hollywood home was hit by burglars who got away with $500,000 worth of personal items. The Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department said the drugs are bad rapper reportedly returned home on Tuesday night around 10:30 p.m. when he discovered that burglars had made their way through his home and left with a significant amount of his belongings. Lucky reportedly discovered that about $500,000 worth of his personal items, like designer clothes, bags, and more, were stolen. At this point, it's unclear exactly when the break in occurred. However, investigators are trying to track down security footage from the area and try to ensure that they can find the culprits. In the meantime, they've also begun reaching out to residents in the area for witness statements with hopes of trying to find an accurate timeline. Per Hot 97, details on whether there was forced entry or a specific targeting have not been revealed, nor have they determined if anyone was inside the home at the time of the burglary. Since it's an ongoing investigation, it probably will take a bit longer before any further information is revealed to the public. Currently, there are no suspects that have been identified. However, the robbery comes during a time when there has been a string of break ins and thefts at residential homes in that area. These have largely involved entertainers, professional athletes, and those living in these high value areas. Police have also warned that burglars are targeting luxury homes where jewelry, designer goods, and other expensive items are prevalent. Hot New Hip Hop says they'll keep us posted on any further updates regarding Lucky. Just so sad.
Well, what do you think is gonna happen when the people down the valley hills and the is starving and don't have no money? What do you think they start doing?
Mhm.
Oh, okay, y'all think it's sweet. And they're gonna continue. It's only gonna get worse. It's only gonna get worse because when you have an administration pulling services, pulling money, pulling health care away from the people, yeah, they coming for you, boo. Yeah,
And is.
yeah. So, peace be on to y'all. Good luck with that. Cause they ain't robbing us. They ain't down here robbing us no more. Cause we ain't got nothing. So they gonna come up there. we ain't got nothing either. So they gonna make their way right on up the hill.
Yep. Well, that is that on that. I have 3 more stories left. So y'all, this next story was like is it I want it is rather juicy, honey. It's really shady. So these John Wick movies, particularly John Wick 4, the fourth one. Honey, there's a man actually suing over that. And Michelle Yeoh's name came in. We like her. We like Michelle Yeoh. But you all should see where it says here by way of TMZ, John Wick producer sued over alleged Donnie Yen, Michelle Yeoh double cross. So let's get into it, honey. So Donnie Yen and Michelle Yeoh are at the center of an alleged Hollywood double cross, with a veteran producer claiming the company behind John Wick hijacked his stars and cut him out of the action. Arthur Sarkeesian is suing Basil Iwanek and Basil's company, Thunder Road Films, claiming they torpedoed a movie he spent years and a bunch of money developing. In the lawsuit obtained by TMZ, Arthur says he first teamed with Thunder Road on The Father and paid to rewrite the script for Yen. But instead of producing the movie, he claims Thunder Road dangled a bigger paycheck in front of Yen for John Wick Chapter 4, killing Arthur's project in the process. He says the film then got a second life as The Mother, with Yo attached and international pre-sales allegedly reaching as high as $18 million. Arthur claims he was promised an $850,000 producer fee and even bought his handpicked director on board. But the project allegedly hit another wall when Yo decided she didn't want to play a mother of two, moving the role to Jennifer Lopez. Arthur claims Thunder Road told him they were working to save the film while secretly shopping around Hollywood for a replacement script. The suit says the search led to The Surgeon, another Yo action flick. Only this time, Arthur says his promised payday was nowhere to be found. He's suing Thunder Road and Iwanek for breach of contract, profiting off his work without paying him and making promises that they didn't keep, seeking at least the $850K plus developing costs, lost profits, and punitive damages. Mm-mm. So I
Not
am.
that we had to settle for Jennifer Lopez. Lord, damn.
You got that. But I just found that to be like a really, I don't want to say weird, but like really I guess funny reason of turning the role down. You don't want to be a mother of two in the role? Because remember, well, she was a mother of one in everyone, everywhere, all at once. But I guess
Even in that little TV show that no, she was a mother of two in that show. It was good. I need to go back and finish watching that. Where they were not superheroes, but they were part of this family, mafia style family, and somebody was coming. One son was back home running it, the eldest son, and the younger son was being saved. She was with him in the United States, but the treaties broke down, and they were coming to get them to kill them and some shit like that. But it was good. I need to go back and finish watching it. But she was a mother of two in that one, so I don't know.
I'm
Maybe
gonna
she
look
just didn't
that
like you,
up.
boo.
Yeah, and she
It's
was a
good.
mother of two in Crazy Rich Asians, wasn't she? Like right at the beginning of the movie when she walked into that hotel with the two kids.
Oh yeah, because he has a sister.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, that's a weird reason to, or maybe she just doesn't want to be a mother of two anymore. Like, I don't know. That's
Or she just didn't like his shit. Whatever it was. Maybe sometimes you be trying to figure out a good way without saying, I don't want to do it. I don't
but,
want to.
get that non-singing girl to do it.
So what? I said the way they threw Jennifer Lopez under the bus, though. I said, damn. She would do nothing to catch that stray.
We have a comment. She just didn't want to admit she didn't like the script. Like, girl, tell us
Yeah.
it's trash without telling us it's trash. Touche.
Exactly.
So I'm like, yeah,
Exactly.
you played a mother of two before, honey. Like, that's a crazy reason to decline something. So,
That lets me know that she really was not fucking with it. It just was like, yeah, I don't, yeah, that's the excuse. I don't want to play a mother too. That little weak ass.
I'm gonna do. Hopefully, I'll be in a position to do that. I'm just like, I don't want to play a character who sneezes. That's just a go because I have allergies, and that's just really hurtful to me.
I love Michelle. Yo, she's funny, and
Mhm.
and she's a powerhouse in her field. She's been doing it for a long time. So get the nonsense.
Get that non-singer. Get somebody else to do it. Well, so question: do any of y'all watch The Deadliest Catch, or have you ever seen
Not
it?
in years, not in years, but
But
yeah.
you did watch it at some point.
I mean, yeah, I've seen it
Okay.
before. Hmm.
I've never seen the show, honey. And look, if you were to ask me gun to head what the show was about, tell my mama I love them. But I was just curious because this story here is about two people that was on that, or it was one person that was on there named Jake Anderson. And you see where it says here by way of TMZ, Deadliest Catch star Jake Anderson and a strange wife fight over child support. Now, like I said, I didn't watch the Deadliest Catch, honey, but I love me a good celebrity story about court and spousal support and child support fighting. Like, I love it. So
Yeah,
Jake
it
and
was like, oh, sorry. I was
oh,
gonna
go
say
ahead.
it's one of those like reality shows about these people who be out on these boats like fishing. And like when they get into them storms and shit like that, it'd be crazy. They say, yeah, it's a reality document series, I guess. But yeah, it'd be kind of crazy. But go ahead.
Oh, okay. And does this guy look familiar to you at all?
Well, I wasn't up in it through it like that, but I've seen it here and there. I mean,
Okay.
to me, he's another white man out here. God bless.
Okay. Well, Jake Anderson, star on the hit show Deadliest Catch, and his wife Jenna are going through what looks like a pretty messy divorce because they don't agree on much in legal filings. And money is a big issue. Us Weekly Review documents in the split, which show the two squabbling over most everything, even the details of their relationship timeline. According to the report, the two list different dates of separation. Jake, who filed for divorce in September of last year, says they separated on August 1st, 2025, while Jenna insists they split about 2 weeks before that. As for money, Jake insists spousal support is not needed, while Jenna says she needs Jake assistance to move forward. She also called his breakdown of child related costs too vague, though she agrees with splitting. Jenna's asking that Jake pay her legal fees, costs associated with educational needs and extracurricular activities. She wants the court to accept her child custody plan instead of his. The pair married in 2012, though Jenna writes in her legal filing that they were in a committed marriage-like relationship beginning in 2009. She notes to the court that she'll be returning to her maiden name. Jake and Jenna share three kids: Aiden, who's 10, Cadence, who's 8, and Luca, who's 5. And he's posting his new girlfriend on social media, claiming they started dating this past March. His new girlfriend is still dating a married man. Girl, all right, girl. Fuck around if you want to.
With
I said, y'all
three
better just get them meat sticks and go.
three children.
A married man with 3 kids, honey, who's
That's
not
going
fully
through a
divorced.
contentious divorce as we speak. I mean, you couldn't find nothing else, child. I mean, the drama with that. I don't want it. God bless though.
Okay. I'm big on getting that dick and go, honey. Don't even. But no, you want to be the next wife, honey. He gonna do you the exact same way. Well, that is that on that. And the last story that I have for us today, honey, when I read this story, baby, I was just like, is Seth Rogen an Aries? Because this is absolutely Aries energy, honey. And I looked him up and his birthday is April 15th. I said I knew it. Because baby, so let's get into it, child. Y'all see, I got this story here from Radar Online. And you kind of know, we know that Seth Rogen and James Franco had a really close friendship some years back. Even did movies together, and then we learned that they famously kind of like their friendship broke up because Seth, has some beliefs that he just are not willing to compromise. Well, you all should see where it says here by way of Radar Online. Seth Rogen slams door on James Franco friendship. Full story about how Star refuses olive branches for canceled pal. So, super bad funny man Seth Rogen's friendship with scandal scarred James Franco has permanently gone to pot, as RadarOnline.com can reveal. The filmmaker refuses to give the alleged creep a second chance after multiple women accuse the since canceled actor of sexual misconduct. The proof is in the pudding more than anything. I have not worked with him in years. But the personal side of it is just it's so nuanced, and it involves people that I don't know if I should be dragging into this. Rogen recently shared. Rogan added, I don't know what I would benefit from getting deeply into this moment, but I'd say everything I've said, nothing has changed really since the last time I've talked about this. The once inseparable buddies first worked together in the 1999 TV series Freaks and Geeks and collaborated on flicks such as Pineapple Express, The Disaster Artist, and The Interview. But Rogan, who's 44, publicly distanced himself from Franco, who's 48, after 5 women, including 4 girls who had been Franco's acting students, accused him of sexually inappropriate behavior in 2018. 2 of the aspiring actresses filed a sexual misconduct lawsuit against Franco, which he later settled for a reported $2.2 million. He denied the career-rattling accusations, but in 2021 said, over the course of my teaching, I did sleep with students, and that was wrong. That year, Rogan stated he had no future plans to work with his former pal and explained, I despise abuse and harassment, and I would never cover or conceal the actions of someone doing it, or knowingly put someone in a situation.
We love Seth Rogen here.
Baby,
Ooh,
I say this is some shit that I would say in every other areas. I know, like, oh, you got me fucked up. No, I don't. I despise certain things, like me when it comes to anti-blackness. I don't give a fuck who it is, even if it's another black person. No, and we were close friends before. No, I don't.
look. He's standing on business. A lot of people can learn from him. Not that when I knew him, he was this. When I was with him, I didn't see any of that. He said, no, hands down, fuck out of here. This is how.
Mm-hmm. Yep, he said he would never cover or conceal the actions of someone doing it or knowingly put someone in a situation where they were around someone like that. So in October 2024, Franco shared that the fractured friendship had never been repaired and added, I haven't talked to Seth. I love Seth. We had 20 great years together, but I guess it's over. And not for lack of trying. I've told him how much he's meant to me. Rogan's recent remarks appear to confirm the bust up is for good when he said, I haven't talked to him in a long time, and reiterated, I haven't worked with him in a really long time and I have no plans to. Baby, that is an Aries. That's why I say, is Seth Rogen an Aries? And sure enough, April 15th. I think we were what was he, 1982? Let me go look. So we're not that far apart in age. But, and it's just like, so, yep, 1982. Do you see how easy it is to be a solid person? Like, do, just like Moon said, none of that, and I work with him, trying to, blur lines, because people love a gray area. I don't like the color gray. It's either black and white for me. So is it either this or that. You can get with this or you can get with that. And if you're getting this, then this is where it's at. Because I'm not playing around with people. Too much playing in people's faces going on, and I'm not the one. So yeah, I knew, and I knew it. I said that whole response that you see how he kept it cute. Yeah, for me, it's just no there's no working together again. I have no plans to. And then when he asked, there's nothing much different from what I said the last time. I actually just had to just tell somebody over the weekend when I was at my aunt's funeral. Somebody was like, "Oh, what's your podcast?" The same website you asked me the last time it didn't show up. Like, stop playing in my face. Like, what are we doing?
Auntie.
Listen, sometimes because I'm not in the mood. My aunt done died. I'm not in the mood. well,
Look,
well,
it ain't that hard. It ain't that hard.
it's really not.
That's standard bear. Like he's actually that's the standard right there. That's what you're supposed to do. None
And
of
we
that
we have
bullshit.
another Aries coming up to the mic. So my fellow Aries, did it not seem like Aries energy in that article, honey? All his responses, he kept it so cute.
It certainly did. I was listening and I had heard Moon say something about anti-blackness. So I said, wait a minute, let me go read this
That was
article to see
Auntie.
if
That was Auntie that said that. That wasn't me.
oh, okay. I was like, is James Franco a racist? I mean,
No, no,
No,
clearly
no.
no.
he
Auntie
assaults
was
women,
speaking about
which is
herself.
sad.
Yeah, yeah.
And shout out to Seth Rogen for being standing on business and being like, bitch, that ain't my friend. But I heard something about anti-blackness, and I was like, well, who's being racist? What's going on here? But
No, no,
yes,
no.
no,
I was saying like
Seth.
how he said abuse is a hard line for him, and that's why I say anti-blackness is a hard line for me. So that's the kind of response I would give.
Oh, yes.
Hmm.
Okay. And you know what? I appreciate that. I'm sure Seth Rogen probably has children. No.
I don't know. I don't
Do it? I
think
don't
so.
think so. Let me see.
He's a weed smoking
Did you know?
bachelor
I don't
artist.
know
Oh
the
no,
hell.
he's married. I think. I don't
I
know.
feel like he married.
He is
I think
married.
he is
Nope, but he does
married.
not
Yeah,
have kids.
Oh, he doesn't
yeah.
have kids. Oh, okay. Well,
No,
he respects women. And he made it very clear.
I
He
don't
said
care how
what he
long we've
had to
been
say,
friends.
and ain't nothing going to change on that.
Yeah, I don't care how long we've been friends. It don't fucking matter.
I mean, but at the end of the day, it's like, well, what can James Franco say to amend a friendship? You have
Not a motherfucker.
5 women, including girls, so young people. Okay, we don't know the age. The age isn't given in this article, but we're talking young people accusing you of sexually inappropriate behavior. You nasty pervert. Get the fuck away from me. I have nothing to say to you.
One of the girls was 16.
Who?
Because I remember that story like it was yesterday. What was it, like maybe 2012, I think, or some time around there. There was an incident where a student came forward. An underage girl came forward, just like 16 or whatever. And I think what was it? I think they were sending messages between each other, if I remember correctly. But what
Mhm.
happened to him? The next day he went right on Kelly and who was that? Kelly and Michael. And they interviewed him. He was just like, "Yeah, I just had gotta. It was just a crazy thing, but I'm sorry." Like I was like,
This
mm.
motherfucker paid $2.2 million to settle the case, so that way we
Mhm.
couldn't find him guilty in court. Now,
Yep.
shout out to Seth fucking Rogen. Okay, Seth said, "Bitch, I don't play that game," and I love that for him.
There's a lot of other celebrities who could learn from this. I mean,
I
this is
mean,
what you're supposed to do. I don't care what type of, for how long you've been friends, what they did for your career when they was with, it don't matter. The tapes is there.
well,
We
and
see, baby.
Auntie know how Aries get down. Once we made up our mind and we say this is over,
That's
it's
it.
over. Like, we're just not coming back from it because I've released you. You know what I'm saying? So there's no point in even going back to that. You've been released. Why would I bring that back into my life? That's crazy. Mm-mm.
Let me do a quick look to see when James' birthday is. So James Franco. Let me see.
Bitch,
Oh, he's an Aries
if he's a
also.
fucking Pisces, I would die.
No, he's an Aries also. His birthday is April 19th. Oh, so
Oh,
James
he's
should
the
know
cuss.
better.
He's the cuss. He should
Right.
have known better.
We can let the
Mm-hmm.
Taurus have him.
That
We'll keep
part.
that.
No, he ain't even on the cusp. Don't even do it. He's still there. He had one more day to be on the cusp. Sorry. He just can't sit with y'all. I get it, cause boy, there's so many
Hey,
cancers I
listen.
be wanting to cancel. My God, y'all, you can't sit with
So
me.
you're right. James should know better. I don't know who's asking Seth whether he's going to be friends with James again. James probably
Stupid
already knows
people.
that shit is dead.
Well, people who are probably like really big fans of their movies and their chemistry and stuff, they probably really miss that
Oh,
because they were funny together. But
oh,
yeah, y'all got
Oh,
to find somebody else to do it.
so sad.
Seth got principles, and I fucks with that.
It's sad he got to keep answering that motherfucking question. Like,
Mhm.
Stupid.
I said what I said.
And I ain't changing it, as Nene said.
Okay.
And
But
what
I
you
love
know
it.
what? Unlike what Candy said, what Seth said is not some bullshit. Okay.
There's too
That
many people that be pussyfooting around. Like all them people, all them celebrities standing up for fucking Diddy. That shit really pissed me off.
Like Usher. I ain't never seen none of that. Yeah.
Bitch, it's on the videotape. It's literally documented, bitch. Huh? What you talking about? It ain't when you what?
What? I didn't see nothing either, but I saw that damn videotape of him kicking Cassie's ass. That's enough for me.
Look, that's it. That's all. That's it. That's all. There's nothing else to debate. He knocked her ass down and drug her back to that room by her hair. What else do we need to talk about?
Nothing.
I don't give a fuck how cool he was with you. I don't give a damn. That don't matter. So what?
that is
Okay.
right. And you kind of see how, like, especially over the last few years, honey, like you can really see we live among a lot of cowards, honey, people who really have no backbone whatsoever.
You ain't lying about that, and that just Oh God, I'm glad I saw Usher when I did because I'd be so pissed. Oh, I'm glad it's out the way and it already happened because I'm so disappointed in him. It's so ugh, so cringe. I mean, I had got past the herpes and everything. I had made it past the herpes. I had I made it past that. And I was giving this nigga another chance. I was like, oh, he making a comeback. Yes, Ursher, baby. And then this motherfucker going and get on Beyonce's internet to say some fucking fuckery on TV. On a recorded interview. Bitch, bye. Mm.
Mhm. Well, y'all, that was all the tea that I have for us on this lovely Friday. So before we head out and before I wish you all a fabulous weekend, do any of you have any tea that you wanted to share or any tea that I might have missed?
Did you look at that? What I sent you? Is that like recent or
The hold on,
on Facebook
let me go look. Let me go look.
about Miss Nikki?
Uh the one Pinky Cole, her let me go. Um
Her and Nikki too.
I
I,
don't see the one about where you send the one with Nick and
oh,
Twitter.
oh, maybe it was Pinky.
Yeah, I see the Pinky Cole one about her mansion. Let me go to the story.
Yeah, they both like pink. I got them fucked up.
And Okay, you
I
all
have a
should
little
see this.
tidbit when you get done with this one.
Oh, okay. And it says Slutty Vegan founder Pinky Cole says she's prepared to give up her $1.4 million mansion as she works through a $4 million bankruptcy case. Mm-mm. And who is this? This is reported from Finora.
I mean, do you have a choice?
Okay.
Like, you prepared? Like what?
Meanwhile, they still trying to open another slutty vegan. I'm confused. What is going on here? What is going on here?
So I just so the article I had Copilot do a AI a quick summary for it, and it
Mm-hmm.
says Slutty Vegan continues expanding despite bankruptcy. The restaurant chain has now signed two new franchise agreements in Ohio, signaling ongoing national growth, even as the founder, Aisha Pinky Cole, navigates Chapter 11 bankruptcy. It says number two, major financial sacrifices to repay creditors. Cole plans to surrender four properties, including her primary residence value at a $1.4 million in McDonough, Georgia, as part of a court-approved reorganization plan. Other properties include homes in Decatur, Loganville, and Atlanta. Number
When I
three,
say living above her means, you hear me? Why you got four houses in the same area? Child, bye.
Girl, she late
mhm,
as fuck. And y'all remember when she made that video talking about what people think your life is like when you file for bankruptcy? Bitch, you really giving that. That how?
yup. It says number three, her financial situation is extremely tight. Court records show she earns about $6,000 a month, but after taxes, creditors, and living expenses, she only has $1,500 in disposable income.
She's a motherfucking lie. She on fucking Real Hot. What is that show?
Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Yeah, bitch, they paying you more than that. Okay, she playing old girl's game with the baby daddy. Okay, here we.
Uh-huh. And it says a breakdown of her debt. Number four, the bankruptcy stems from debts accumulated during Slutty Vegan's rapid expansion. Liabilities include $1.2 million owed to the U.S. Small Business Administration, 192,000 owed to the Georgia Department of Revenue, back rent, supplier balances, and other obligations. And then five, it says property seizure drama. One of her homes was seized earlier this year when creditors changed the lock, but a judge later ordered it returned to her. I remember us talking about that one. And then lastly, it says number six, public profile and media presence. Cole recently joined the Real Housewives of Atlanta while continuing to run Slutty Vegan during the bankruptcy process. Mm-mm.
It's a whole motherfucking lies going on there. She's getting paid more than $6,000 for fucking Real Housewives of Atlanta, bitch. Tell somebody else that fucking lie. And that's the thing. You spent a lot of time living beyond your means. Why are you buying all them homes in Georgia and they ain't making you no money? They're not rental properties. They're not doing anything for you. Girl, you too busy doing too much. You buying homes and ain't paying your vendors. You ain't paying your employees. Girl, bye. Goodbye.
And let me share the article. So yeah, if you one of my listeners want to go ahead and read that up on that yourself, Beats is telling me to check the Chanel. Let me go do that. And Moon, you said you had a tidbit also.
Yes, it's about all of the things that we've been talking about as far as the salmonella poisoning. So the CDC and FDA link Taco Bell, Walmart, Trader Joe's lettuce suppliers to multi-state. I forget how you say the word outbreak, but the explosive diarrhea outbreak. It's in all them. Child, y'all beware. Be cautious out here in these streets.
But they keep just putting Trader Joe, Taco Bell in the story. I'm like, this supplier supplies lettuce to a lot of
Walmart.
places
Walmart, baby. Who's not at Walmart?
in Trader
Trader
Joe.
Joe's.
Yeah,
Everybody.
they
Every
just
demographic.
landed on Taco Bell. I'm like, poor Taco Bell.
I know. They ain't do nothing. They just get caught up and get a bad rap, to be honest.
Hmm And baby, they can never make me hate Taco Bell. I don't give a. Yes, I'm going to eat all that mystery meat. Matter of fact, give me a double, and don't forget my hot sauce.
Look, I've been known to eat a damn with some Taco Bell a time or two. It is what it is. It's not the best of none of this fast food is good. Shit.
And then a
No.
lot of people don't realize like Taco Bell has a lot of really good vegetarian options.
Well, now you can't even eat that, so that's kind of fucked up. Shit.
I might still give me a potato taco. I ain't gonna tell you no lie, girl. The potatoes still cool, ain't they?
I don't know. I don't know these days.
I'm like, so that mean we can eat fruit now? Damn.
Hell no. You can't eat fruit. You can't eat vegetables. You don't eat no Pillsbury dough. Shit might have glass in it. Look, we out here struggling. Struggling. You hear me?
Oh yes. Thank you for reminding me, Beezus, because I actually meant to put this on my notepad when I saw it earlier. Brenda Fricker has passed away, unfortunately, at 81 years old. And a
Who is
lot of
this?
you, you'll probably remember her from Home Alone too. She played the pigeon lady.
No.
Oh
Hmm.
no, not the pigeon lady.
Y'all are funny. I'm
Lord, she done
sorry.
went on up to the blue sky with her pigeons, honey.
The
Jesus,
way y'all be knowing the most obscure
Jesus.
shit is taking me out.
What? No, well, she's pretty iconic in Home Alone too. Like, because she was the
I don't even
reason.
remember it.
Yeah, she was the reason Kevin was able to get away from what were they, the wet bandits, or I think they were the sticky bandits in Home Alone too.
Oh, okay. I don't remember Home Alone 2 as much as I remember the first one, but okay.
Well,
What?
hopefully she met up with her pigeons, honey.
Oop.
Yep. Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, honey. Very iconic film. Well, thank you, Beezus. And
That's
make
that
sure you
fuck
rest in
ass
peace.
film that Donald was in, wasn't it?
It was, honey. Ugh.
Oh,
Good
okay.
God.
But he
He
was
was
only in
in
it for
that.
what, like not even a minute. So,
Well, that's a minute too long, 30 seconds too long. Yuck.
but Tim Curry made up for. We love Tim Curry,
Yeah, we do.
Who the hell is Tim Curry?
girl,
An actor. Okay.
an
Carry
iconic
on.
actor. Not too much, honey. Mm-mm. If you don't know him, you better Google him. And then he gonna be like,
Hilarious.
"Oh, him, yeah."
Yeah.
Was he
Not too much on that
he
icon.
was the guy he was the front desk attendant at the
Hmm.
hotel?
You sure you don't want to talk about your stolen credit card? Well, he ate that, honey.
Yes. Okay, that's him. Okay. Okay, yes.
Moderna is hilarious.
Bitch, he's an Aries too.
He is, and they were just talking. Wasn't the other day? That was just Jackie Washington Day. You remember he was a big part of Jackie's Back.
Jackie's what?
Jackie's Back, Portrait of a Diva, the most iconic, but like Jennifer Lawrence's most iconic movie. They has a whole day named after her.
Hmm.
Oh my God. We might need to start recording, girl, because I think you might work on getting your black gay card taken away, girl. No shit. Because Jackie's Back is a movie that all of us should have seen. Millennial age, yes. That was, oh honey. We'll talk
Okay.
offline.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll talk
Auntie
offline.
is flabbered and gasping over here.
I, I am like, what do you mean you don't know what Jack, like,
Not,
huh?
not. We need to review your gay black
Bitch,
card.
it was a Lifetime movie. What the hell is we talking about? Like,
An
theaters,
iconic
the fuck?
Lifetime movie that ended up being a cult classic
Well,
amongst
there's
black
plenty of
gays.
cult classics from Lifetime. I don't know this one though.
That is wild. Oh
Oh,
my
I
God.
love me some Jennifer Lewis, honey. Jennifer motherfucking Lewis.
Yes, honey. Robert Townsend, he directed this, but this movie is everything. It was star-studded. Whoopi Goldberg. Oh my God.
Loretta
Like,
Devine is apparently in there too.
everybody is in it. Everybody but us.
To be fair, I was only 9 when it came out, child.
No, I blame like somebody in your community, like the aunties or something, because I know me, for all the young black gays around me, they watching both Paris is Burning and Jackie's Back, Portrait of a Diva. Like, what do you mean you
Okay,
don't?
to be fair, I have seen Paris is Burning, but it wasn't until college. gag it. And then Tu Wong Fu, I didn't see until my early adulthood, like right after college.
That's good. Well,
So
at least you saw them. So that's at least you saw them.
yes, but I don't know many of the gay classic diva movies, I guess.
Mm-mm.
You know what? I be
He's
forgetting
back,
Moderna
honey.
is kind of young. I do be forgetting that.
Let me see if it's on streaming somewhere, honey. Maybe I'll be able to watch it.
Cause for you to say you
Bitch,
was
it's
9,
on Tubi. Girl!
Yay!
for Moderna to say, "Well, I was only 9 years old," I kind of really kind of pissed me off. I was like, you know what? I be forgetting. Moderna's low key kind of young.
I
Oh,
remember
no, but
season
yes,
6.
we were bringing up Tim Curry is a really big part of that movie. He was like the narrator. It was like a mockumentary. They was doing a documentary on a old singer named Jackie Washington, and it's a comedy. It's really good and a cult classic among black gays.
And look, Auntie, you'd be happy. I do have Tubi on my Apple TV because I watch Safe Space. So
Yay!
I will add it to my list on the two of B's to take a look at this movie.
Good job, and let this be a lesson for all of you black F words. Oh my, you black FAG. If you have not,
FAG, honey.
if you are a black FAG and you have not seen Jackie's Back Portrait of a Diva, you have a homework assignment this weekend.
Now,
And
to
don't
be
make me give
fair,
you a
I don't
pop
know why
quiz.
you keep saying Portrait of a Diva because that is not the title. It's just called Jackie's Back.
No, it was Jackie's Back Portrait of a Diva. I'm sorry, you're going to tell me about a movie you just learned about 5 minutes ago?
According to Tubi, it don't have Portrait of a Diva
Look,
in the title.
well, they might not have been able to afford the rest of the title.
According to Wikipedia, not that Wikipedia is a
Don't
verified
piss Auntie
source.
off.
Yeah, girl, you already didn't see the movie.
Yes, and the title on Tubi, it doesn't have. I mean, I just added it to my list, but it doesn't have Portrait of a Diva. But okay, come on, look at Whoopi Goldberg.
I do remember that. I actually remember. I don't remember the premise of it, but I do remember Jackie is back.
And her daughter, Entendre. You know, every mother needs an entendre. Oh my God. Oh, what a movie.
IMDb also does not add that phrase.
You know
I
what?
don't
You
give a
know
damn what
Moderna's going.
IMDb don't have.
You know Moderna gonna drag it. Oh my.
I don't give a fresh damn.
I was waiting. I was waiting.
But yep, this is the cover. And again, Black Gays, if you have not seen this movie, watch it over the weekend. We just learned it's on Tubi, available for free. And you know, and we always want to do anything to support Robert Townsend. Like he's an amazing person. Like I think probably one of the few Pisces men that I trust. So yeah, shout out to that icon. And can you imagine this whole conversation started because of the iconic Tim Curry.
Don't you do that to Robert Townsend. Robert Townsend ain't no motherfucking Pisces, honey. Don't you do that.
He's not.
He is
Hold on.
Aquarius, honey.
Ah, okay. Oh,
There's
that's
a
good to
way I
know.
wouldn't be watching this shit if it was from a Pisces, bitch.
I would say who hurt you, but I know who hurt. Jesus,
Mhm.
you do not like a Pisces. My God.
And Robert Townsend, sweetie, I'm so sorry. I did not mean to. I thought your birthday was March 6th for some reason. No, but it's February 6th. You go ahead, you Aquarius man. Aquarius King. And
Yeah.
shout out to his daughter Sky too. I like Sky. Do you like Sky? Because I know most stands don't really fuck with her like that. Most of the Beehive don't fuck with her. But are
Who's
you
Sky? What does she
Who's
do?
Sky, honey?
his daughter who does like she's done Beyonce impressions?
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
Let me look her up.
Yep, and you spell her name with an E at the end, so
With an E.
SKYE, Sky Townsend. And it
Oh
maybe just
well, I don't know enough about her to dislike her or like her.
Yeah, a lot of the Beehive don't find her to be funny. I'm not one of them. I actually find her to be kind of hilarious, especially when she was on the Black Lady Sketch Show. So,
Well,
yeah,
I did the thing about that, Auntie. I didn't find the Black Lady sketch show to be so funny.
you're not alone. A lot of people. I even saw one black woman say, that show. She feels that the show is a little too suburban for her urban humor. That's what she said.
Yeah, yeah. It felt very PC comedy, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, I get exactly what you mean, and it definitely was. It absolutely was that I was just supporting because it was. I'm here for Robin Thede. I love her so. But yeah, it was
Mm-hmm.
definitely that. I was hoping for it
Yeah.
to be
For it
better
to
than
be a
what it
little
was.
bit more oomph behind it, give like in living color type funny, but like
Hmm.
it just wasn't that. It didn't even give Mad TV vibes, and Mad TV was fucking hilarious.
Baby, what it gave was white husband vibes. And if you
Well,
look at the partners of
well,
most of who was involved, well, except for what Quincy back then, she ain't with that white man no more. So that's.
she was with that white man when it came out.
Hmm.
Huh, huh, huh.
There you go.
I'm glad she has been delivered.
And found her blackness and created a black ass TV show that is
Well, she
fucking
been had a
funny.
TV show. She been had a TV show when she was with his ass. But
And
I'm
But
glad
that's what
what
she.
I'm saying. She found her blackness while
and
she was doing the TV
and
show.
I think based off of because I usually we tend to read about, especially when it's a white husband and a black woman, we tend to usually read about how the white husband tends to show his ass, and we haven't read about him in that regard. It seems to have been a very amicable divorce, so I'm just happy to hear about it, and I hope it stays that way.
Hmm.
Well, she filed because of irreconcilable differences. So he might have showed his ass. She just might be protecting him.
Or
Mm.
maybe he just showed his ass with her and sat his ass down. Okay, moving on.
She could also be protecting her peace, right? And being like, well, I left that. So it is what
Oh
it is.
yeah, yeah. Well,
That's fine. I just need her to get with a black man next. Go back to your Philly roots, sis.
Girl, don't get with no man. Stay single.
that
Ain't none
part.
of these niggas, girl.
Protect your money and your peace, sis.
And if you need a meat stick every now and then, girl, keep you a nigga, in the phone contacts, just for that. But make him very aware. Listen, it is not going to go past this. Okay. All right.
Look, those were the most peaceful days when I had that set up. My God, what?
I guess she should follow her co-star's path. Cause don't Cheryl Lee Ralph got a husband that she don't live with?
Yeah, they live on different coasts.
Yeah, so maybe Quinta should do that.
Well, you don't have to be married to do
I
that.
didn't. No, no, no. She don't have to have a husband. She just need to have a like Auntie called them a meat stick, but she just need to
Yeah.
have something, on a different coast.
Hey, I totally agree with that. I agree with that sentiment. That's the way my life is set up right now. I mean,
Diva,
shit.
I'm done.
Look, I agree. But I also remember when I just make a call and hey, slide through. All right, see you later. Goodbye.
It's the best.
And that was a very peaceful time in my life, I could say.
Yep.
Hmm.
And I'm sure I can imagine what happened. The meat stick starting to catch feelings. Like, can we take this?
Of
No,
course, of course.
we cannot. Like I told you from day one.
Yeah, this is it. This all you getting. I don't want it. I don't want. Mm-mm. But hey, God bless them.
Well, thank you for that piece of tea, because I think it was chili that started with the pinky cold and it just turned into something
Hmm.
else. So thank y'all for
Oh,
that.
they're not seeing us.
Oh,
I
yeah.
derailed.
one,
I'm
one of
sorry.
your references.
No, it's okay. No, I'm glad we did derail because now you know to go and watch that movie, and we now know it's on Tubi. I'm happy. I might even watch it myself over the weekend. But did anybody else have any other tea we wanted to discuss before we head it out?
No, everybody have a good weekend, I guess. Be safe out there in these streets.
Yes, indeed. Just like Moon said, be safe and have a great weekend. And thank you all for taking time out of your busy day to come and sip tea with me. And we will be back on Monday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for another live show if you can make it. And don't forget to subscribe to a bitch. Head over to auntiederik.com and hit the big subscribe button at the top left and join my free mailing list. Well, until Monday, I hope you all have a fabulous weekend.